in the audience and listen to all these great ideas, and it's less fun to be up here than our story, but we are very happy to be in this forum to hear and collaborate with others. We have collaborated with Nepal Yuva, with Walk for Nepal last year, and hopefully we have projects where we can collaborate further with other folks out there as well. I know there are still a lot of organizations presenting after us, so I'd like to just focus on two stories to talk about why we are doing what we're doing. And before I do that though, I want to just introduce our team, because obviously we're a team effort. Prerna Shrestak, you stand up. Prerna is our Director of Programs. She manages all the projects we do. Parul Pandey, you stand up. Parul looks after our finances. We have two other board members. Satyendra Patravamsh, who's based in DC. He couldn't be here because he's in Nepal. And we have Vipul Mainali, who's a lawyer, who looks after our tax returns, our legal filings, and so forth. We also have a board of advisors, and one of them is here today, Samir Maske. You stand up. And so we have, obviously we are a network, and we are a network of people in 14 countries around the world supporting projects in Nepal. So let me just talk about two stories which I hope will illustrate why we do what we do. The first is a story of Birkhabalu Rakai. You see him there. Birkhadai, I met him in 2008 for the first time. He lives in Mugu, near Rara Lake. Does anyone know where Rara Lake is?
Yeah.
So what? Yes, Karnali also, in the western part of Nepal, which is very remote. He lives right next to the Tibetan border in the sort of northwest part of Nepal. Many years ago I had run a marathon, or actually I had organized a movie screening to raise some money for Health Nepal, and I was in Nepal in 2008. Ravindra Mishra, who founded the organization while he was in London, who runs BBC Nepali service, said, Abhay, why don't you go and look at some of our projects and see what we're doing? I said, fine. Where should I go? He said, go to Mugu. I've never been to Mugu. He said, it's beautiful. Go meet this guy, Birkhadai, and talk to him and see what we're doing for him. So I got on a plane, had to stop in Surkhet, had to change planes. These planes actually don't have a schedule. You have to wait until they fill up with, chicken and, corrugated tin roof. So I had to wait a day. But I got up there, there's a little airstrip called Talcha, and Birkhadai was waiting for me. We had to walk about an hour to get to the village where he lived, called Moonma village. And we were walking up, it was raining, it was a little bit cold, it was in March, and I was anxious to get there. Of course, I had my North Face jacket, and Birkhadai was dressed as he was. We came to a stream, and I think some branches had fallen off and it had clogged the stream, and water was flowing into the path, and people were sort of going around it. You didn't blame them, it was drizzling, it was cold. But Birkhadai just pulled off his pants and got into the water and tugged at the branches that tried to unclog it so that the water would drain from the path. I sort of hesitated, but I felt like I had to be polite and follow suit, so I did the same. So 5 minutes later, we had the water unclogged and the path was free to walk on again, and there were people walking through. Thinking back about that little episode, that defines Birkhadai. He is a civic servant. He thinks about the community he lives in, and he tries to come up with ideas to make the lives of people he lives with better. In 2004, he approached Health Nepal and said, listen, we heard you guys are providing money to local people who want to do something in their communities. We need a health center. Does anybody know what the infant mortality rate is in Nepal currently? It's actually improved a lot. It's about 4.5%. So 4.5% of children die as an infant. It used to be double that, and 9% about 5 years ago. In Murmagaon, it was 20%. So one in 5 children just didn't make it after they were born. Vikadai had 9 kids. He said 4 are remaining. So that's sort of the situation that is in the Western Nepal. So he said, we need a health center. We need a midwife to help our women. They're just doing it on their own. And so we said, sure. And we provided, they needed $14,000. They came up with $7,000. We provided the rest. Is that you?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. So that's the health center we built, or we helped build really, provided some financing. And Vikadai, together with the villagers, donated the land, provided the labor, and carried a bunch of those materials on their backs from lower lands and built this health center. And over the next couple of years, the infant mortality rate there is less than the national average. So that's the story of Vikadai, and I want to tell you the story of one other person that I had the pleasure of meeting just last year, and that's the health center. And when I visited, I stayed in the house over there, the whitewashed house on the second floor, and it was a beautiful couple of days. The hospitality was amazing, as you might imagine. I wanted to tell a story of Kshitij Prasad. Kshitij Prasad lives in New York. In 2006, in a parking lot, he was hit by a car driven by an unlicensed driver, which broke his calcaneus heel in 3 places and tore his Achilles tendon. And when he got to the hospital, the doctor said, this is not good, we may have to amputate your leg. So they did a bunch of tests. Luckily, they didn't have to. But the doctor said, you're going to be on a wheelchair probably for the rest of your life. In 2010, or late 2010, Kshitij Prasad called us and said, I'd like to run a half marathon, and I've heard you're raising money to provide to local people in Nepal who want to do something in their community, and I'd like to raise some funds for you. In that time period, Kshitij had not only learned to walk, he had taught himself to run again, and was going to run 13 miles to raise money for us. We at Health Nepal Network are trying to connect Kshitij Prasad with Vikadai. There are a lot of people living not only in the US but around the world who want to do something at the very local level in Nepal. Really to help people like Vikadai who want to do something but need just a little bit of extra help with finances to do what they want to do. And that's what we do at Health Nepal Network. We connect Kshitij Prasad with Vikadai, and I just want to show a picture of Kshitij during his run. So how do we do it? What we do is we have built a sort of a money collection system, and we are basically saying to folks, no matter who you are, if you want to help a person like Vikadai, simply give up a cup of coffee a month. Simply give up $1, $3 a month. Go to our website, sign up, and say, here's my PayPal account, log in, or put your credit card in. It's all a secure server, so it's completely safe. And every month, it's just $3, $1, whatever amount you put in, automatically comes into Health Nepal. Into a fund where we have designated 100% of it will go to people like Vikadai. All of our administrative costs are raised in a completely separate fund, and so whenever we spend any money on flyers or anything, it comes out of that separate fund. So every dollar, every cent we collect from you goes directly to people like Vikadai. We have a team in Nepal, a little bit similar to Jimin, that basically just goes out, publicizes what we do, and solicits proposals from people like Vikadai to do what they want to do. So we get requests for eye camps. People have cataracts in various villages and say, we need you to come in and do an eye camp for us. We have requests to do what we did in Mugu to build the health center, where now, to your earlier question about sustainability, every year we pay for the cost of the midwife and a nurse. When I met Birkadai, he said, listen, we don't want to depend on you to send us money every year to pay for our costs. We want you to help us build a hotel. Because people come to Rara Lake as tourists. We're right next to Rara Lake. We want to build a hotel right next door. And from that money, we can sustain our health center. And that's something that we are talking to Birkadai currently about. There are a lot of people in Nepal who live in villages that have great ideas. And they have a community behind them. There are a lot of Ama Samuha, what I'm sure you've heard of. There are a lot of local clubs that want to do something. They just need a little bit of financial help. And there are a lot of people in the US, around the world, that want to help them. We just provide the link. And I think if you'd like to get involved, if you'd like to help a person like Birkadai, come to our website. Check it out. All our projects are there, all our financial statements, everything is there. Take a look, and if you want to help Birkadai, sign up. Whether it's a cup of coffee, $3 a month, a Starbucks missed, it'll go a long way for people like Birkadai. Thank you. Just a final thing.
People who wants to make a difference, and I'm so happy for that. I'm very inspired hearing all your work. We all are doing to make change in Nepal and around the world. For my presentation, it is slightly different. My issue and my work is a little bit different than all yours, because as you know from my last name, my name is Vishnumaya Pariyar. Pariyar means lower caste. I am categorized as a Dalit. I know one day it has to go. So I founded Imbabulik Women of Nepal in 1998. Since 1998, everyone has done so much work for marginalized women and children in Nepal. Why I founded this organization? When I was growing up, I experienced myself injustice and discrimination around me. And I saw everywhere that even though everyone was women and children and they looked same, but they were treated so differently. And I seen from my own eyes that even though we all were Hindu, we all were Nepali, we could not even go to the same temple, and we could not even fetch the water from the same water tap. I know today I did not want to share my personal story because of the limit of the time, but since we had one Peace Corps here, I thought I had to give credit, what Peace Corps has done in my life. So going to school that time was not easy for me. Actually, I was the only first girl who graduated from master's degree from America. That time also I was the first girl who graduated from high school. I had to work 4 hours per day to go to school. Sometimes I was very thirsty. I could not even drink water on the way because there was a house that was like us. And if I was thirsty, I had to ask water, and they had to purify. They had to pour the water on my hand, but I didn't want to see that. So when I was in the high school, I met the Peace Corps volunteer who was my math teacher, and he helped me to go to school. He's the one who provided a scholarship to me to go to school. And the reason I'm telling you this is how educating girl or educating person is so important. That's what my presentation will be focused today. So since 1998, Edwan has produced more than 2,300 women leaders. We call them agent of social change because they inspire about 12,000 women. They are benefited from the program, and we are able to send more than 13,000 children to go to school. As you know that children, poor, especially Dalit, they don't have access to go to school. First of all, even to go to public school, you have to buy uniform. As myself also, sometimes I have to work barefoot. And now we are providing uniform stipend to more than 13,000 kids. We have so many different programs. We have the Women's Literacy Program, Children's Education Program, Human Rights Training, Leadership Training for Women and Womenhood, Health and Sanitation, Livelihood Training, Sustainable Agricultural Development, Saving and Credit Group, Cooperative Village Bank, Community Meeting Houses, and we have established 7 preschool programs. You know that in the community, in the rural area, that children, even though they are older, they could not go to school. So we have built the 7 preschool programs. So we are building more this year. And this year we started the smoke-free stove. As you know that so many women and children are the victims. They die every year. As like Clinton says, about 2 million women and children die every year because of the smoke. So we are starting this program. We already built 69 stoves this year, and we have planned to build more, and we have already funded. We got already funding to build more stove. And I just want to share the one touchy letter that we received from one of the children that we sponsor. He says in court, he says, "Oh, my mom used to have asthma and she was not feeling good. Now, because of the smokeless stove, she's able to breathe and she's getting better. So I'm very happy for that." So also another program, a very important program, what we are doing is, women spend so many hours in Nepal for their labor, and they work in the field, they work in the farm, they work in the house, but they don't have proper training for women. So this year we started sustainable agricultural training. We had the, trainer, and that person came to the community and teach women how to, do the agriculture in the best way. So also we have 3 main programs. I already told. Under the education program, we have preschool program. As I said, that we have built the 7 schools, and we have Girls Ambitious Fund. What we do is, whoever graduated high school from our program, we don't want to leave them on the street. After graduating, they should be able to go to college. So we have 116 girls that they are going to college because of our work. And we have a sponsorship program. Our women choose the children. So we, as an organization, we don't have the authority. So our women in the community, they choose the children. They send us their bio and their pictures. So we find a sponsor here, and we are able to help 120 kids now. And now we are trying to do more. We need more resources. As I said, that our women became agent of social change. They are the community leader. Before those women, they did not even know how to read and write. They did not even know how to count the money. Now we have 73 women's group. As I said, 2,300 women are involved in the group, and they are fighting against corruption. It was questioned here before about so many organizations are working in Nepal. Where's the money? Because the money is, there who are in the top. So hardly they go to the grassroots level. So for example, even government has some money allocated for Dalit and for women, as you all know. And we did not know until so many years, and our women found out that there was money allocated. And they had the very good, very big conference, and they invited all the leaders from the district and from the village, and they told them that where is our money? And they were forced. They were saying actually that time they were forced to tell that yes, we got the money, but we used that money for road. I think they were just making excuse, and they said that we had the money for Dalit, so we used that money for teacher salary. Look at this, you know. That's why now I know everyone, as a Nepali, everyone has great concern about what is happening in Nepal. Today, it is biggest day for constitution. So I have been seeing in the Facebook, everyone in the Facebook, they have written, oh, what is happening, you know, it's been like 2 months, oh, के हुन्छ होला नेपालमा, के हुँदैछ, अब के नै होला भनेर उहाँहरु चाहिँ यत्रो सपना देख्नु भएको छ के. For me, only त्यो कन्स्टिट्युसनमा जे लेखे त्यो संविधान भनेको जब त्यो कार्यमा लागू हुन सक्दैन, जब त्यो कार्यान्वयन हुन सक्दैन, त्यो चाहिँ एउटा पिस अफ पेपर हो. इट क्यान नट डु एनिथिङ. म तपाईहरुलाई एउटा एक्जाम्पल भन्छु. हामी अहिले जुन ग्रासरुट लेभलमा काम गरिरहेका छौं, ती महिलाहरुलाई थाहा छ व्हाट इज कन्स्टिट्युसन इज. दोज वुमेन हु आर इन द ग्रासरुट लेभल, दे डोन्ट नो व्हाट इज द policy, what is the constitution, what is the law. I want to tell you one example. I know that we don't work in Dolpa. Do you think that women in Dolpa, does she know what is her right? Does she know what is the constitution? She doesn't know. Until they are empowered in grassroots level, we cannot do anything. I'll give you one example. In my area where we are working now, there is a huge community of Sarki. Sarki is another Dalit, as you know. And they, you know, they thought that it was their responsibility when the high caste people, animal die, you know, and they had to carry out, they had to throw out, they had to eat themselves. Can you imagine those dead animals, what kind of disease they had? And they were forced to eat. They thought it is their responsibility. तिनीहरुलाई थाहा छ उनीहरुको राइट, किनभने उनीहरुलाई थाहा थिएन what their right. They did not know. Now they know their right. It is they should not forced to eat those dead animals, because we empower our women in grassroots level and we educate our children in grassroots level. So those women now they are fighting it. They boycott that thing. So now they don't do that anymore. And same thing that they were not able to go to state temple. Now they know that they have also Hindu, they have also equal right than other women, and they are able to go to the temple. That's why for me, even though I did my master's degree in international development, I had to do some research about what organization has done what, how many international organizations, I know how many local NGOs are in Nepal. And that time it was 2007. I found it that 36,000 NGOs and INGOs were working in Nepal. Where's the money? What they are doing. So even one organization, if they work in one village, they could able to change the 36,000 village at that time. Do you think they are working? That's why for me, change has to happen in grassroots level. And empowering women and empowering children and empowering, this is the empowering whole community. That's why we have to educate our children, we have to empower our women. That doesn't mean like women doesn't have to be empowered. So they have to work together. We all have to work together. If we want to make the change, we have to work in grassroots level. We have to share our knowledge and experience, and that's how we can build a new and a good Nepal. For me, that's why change is possible. Thank you.
Security, stability, because that's what they need. Right now, that's what they're raising funds for. So I think about 100,000 was the goal, and we're almost there. So we're asking people to support in whatever way possible. The other thing is, in September, the top 10 finalists for the CNN Hero is going to be announced, and we hope Pushpa is one of them. So if she is, we would need your support and votes, to kind of make sure that she reaches the top and does what she can for these children. So right now, again, there is about 40 plus children in the residential home, and there is about 10 kids at the daycare. A little about the background is the government of Nepal does not have policies for children whose parents go to prison, so there is no program for children, and in absence of someone else to take care of them, they usually go to the prison with their parents. So there's about more than 100 kids all over the jails in Nepal. One of the biggest challenges that ECDC is facing is they have a limited space, they have limited resources, so to cater to all these children is a huge challenge. Currently, the government has been supportive. Obviously, when ECDC goes, they kind of, the children are able to come out of the prison and go to the residential facility. It was a huge challenge before, but right now that permission is granted by the government. But when we expand, when ECDC expands and has a bigger home, has more resources, I think all the children who are currently in jails will be able to have a decent childhood going away from the bars. So thank you, Laila. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer.
Involving educational games, songs, and writing exercises. Over the 3 months I was there, I got the opportunity to connect with each and every child, helping them explore their inner potentials. Besides working at the school, I helped CYF organize 2 fundraising events that took place during the summer. Children and Youth First was founded in 2008 by Ms. Kaushila Thapa. The organization was established to create equal opportunity for the underprivileged children and youth of Nepal, enabling them to realize their full potential and to lead dignified lives in society. CYF aims to do so by providing the children with access to quality education, health services, recreation, personal and life skills development resources, and a safe and peaceful environment. Working towards their goal, in 2009, CYF rescued 14 children from an organization called Light for New Nepal, where they had been living in poor conditions. As one of the kids recalled, the children only had 1 meal a day and were thus forced to steal money and food for their own survival. As of 2012, CYF supports 34 children between ages of 5 to 18. These children come from many different regions of Nepal with different family backgrounds. Some are orphans, while others have parents who are unable to finance their child's education. CYF has enrolled these children in a boarding school named Life Vision Academy, located in Gattagar, Pakistan. CYF believes that education is only the first step towards progress. To truly make a difference, the children need to increase their knowledge and awareness of opportunities. CYF takes every chance to expose the children to different aspects of character development. Using donated computers, CYF was able to add a computer class to the school's curriculum. The children are involved in extracurricular activities such as the drama club that is run by Mr. Raju, the president of the organization. The children have performed their most popular Nepal Gun drama at several events, raising awareness of the negative impacts of such things. Other activities include photography workshop, music camp, b-boying, arts and crafts, and cooking classes. Furthermore, CYF is raising awareness through community services, such as cleaning up the environment and planting new trees. The organization has started off by providing access to such opportunity to a small number of underprivileged children. However, CYF hopes to be able to support more than 5,000 underprivileged children from all over Nepal in the next 10 years. CYF constantly strives to deliver better performance. In order to strengthen their education system, they have recently sent 2 of their staff members to their first teachers training session in Pokhara. Recently, Ile Tamang, one of the 14 children that was rescued in 2009, got his first job at Earthy Vibration, an eco-friendly clothing store in Kathmandu. This is a big success for CYF, as Ile is the first youth CYF has supported who has completed school and is now working. To achieve their goal, CYF is working on an ongoing project called Mero Hath Natimo Sapna. This is the organization's main project that aims to raise enough funds to fulfill their future goal to build a school for underprivileged children in Nepal. 70% of the profit made by selling handicrafts is put aside to fund this project. To raise funds for this project, CYF looks for support from the Nepali community. There are many different ways you could help the organization. You could sponsor a child, purchase recycled handicrafts, volunteer. CYF is made up of a very small team, thus any volunteering help would make a significant difference, or also through donations. CYF strongly believes in working together with other NGOs to support a common cause. As Ms. Thapa states, more than 2 NGOs working for the same cause doesn't mean competition. It is all about working together. Last summer, CYF collaborated with GMIN to help raise funds for a GMIN project to build 3 new classrooms for a school in Sindhupolcha. The event, 2 for a Change, was undertaken to convey the message that NGOs shouldn't compete with each other. Throughout the course of my internship, I carried out many writing activities to help improve the children's English. On the last day of classes, I presented them with the word education and asked them to write a few sentences about it. So now I'd like to end this presentation with the thoughts of the children themselves on what education means to them.
Actually, it's great. I tell you, first time ever, this is really happening. I know. I've been living for 20 years in Boston. Seeing everyone is so excited to help for, Nepal, and I think it's so awesome that hopefully this happens again and again.
Sure.
Thanks.
Well,
Nepal.
my name's Jerry Frank. I'm here representing Ed1, which is Empowering Delhi Women of Nepal. So we're a group and we help support an organization in Nepal that works with creating savings groups for Delhi and some more rural areas as well.
So that's one of the organizations that's fundraising here today, right?
Yeah, we're one of the partners for the Walk for Nepal Day.
And how's it gone so far?
Very good. I think everybody's having a really good time. The weather's not too cold. It's a little windy, but the sun's out. It's beautiful.
म चाहिँ आज Nepalese Children Education Fund लाई सपोर्ट गर्न आएको होइन Nepalese Children Education Fund president grade 1 देखि 10 सम्म आएको छ IOS नेपालको we are all over in Nepal. Yeah, with help, and I'm here to show my support, and I'm here with a visiting card, some information. Most people are very supportive, like you said. Many people are here to call for Nepalese Children Education Fund. People actually relate very strongly education, because most of us here, if not all, have come here for education, and they know what it feels like, how empowering it is, how free you feel when you have education, when you are informed, and that's what we want for all our kids in Nepal.
Maybe you gave up a music lesson for your daughter and a baseball lesson for your son. Maybe you changed your plans to do something else. But it is all worth it. Because today we are working for those who have nothing to give up. No parents to take them to baseball game, no dreams to dream of, and no schedules to adjust. Life is certainly not easy for anyone. But for some of our brothers and sisters, they have nothing but difficulty. Not because of their own faults or weaknesses, but because of where they were born. In the real world, not everyone is born equal.
We have a lot of non-profits working for Nepal. तर धेरै जस्तो समय चाहिँ we do not really एकै दिनमा सबैजना नेपालको लागि सँगै आएर काम गर्ने चाहिँ धेरै भएको छैन. So we bring together these non-profits for a day to work together for Nepal. That's civic collaboration. The second thing we do is practical philanthropy. Generally the trend is non-profits like कसैलाई donate गर्नु मलाई we write a check. We donate $25, $30, $50, $5 for Nepal. So it's a different kind of philanthropic idea in that we sign up to walk and then we reach out to people in our network and we ask them to sponsor us. So मैले $10 तिरेर if I sign up, then I'll reach out to my friends, a couple of them, and ask them to sponsor me. So that some of them will give me $5. So I'm already collecting $15. Others will give $30. So we are actually increasing the amount we donate for Nepal and Nepali projects. The third thing we do is we promote youth innovation. I was actually having this conversation with someone yesterday. Nepal ma yati धेरै नयाँ ideas आइरहेको छ and people are always looking for resources. And United States my resources छ. So it's all about connecting the resources here to the needs of communities in Nepal. So we actively seek for young people in Nepal with brilliant ideas and we ask them to apply for funds. We have ION, it's a network of 84 youth organizations in Nepal who administer the application process and they apply and we support them. So these are the three mission statements of Walk for Nepal. Vivek Dai will tell you more about it.
So I have a few more slides to carry you over what exactly we do and how we do it. So we organized the first walk last year in Boston, like Sarvadi said, on November 6, 2011. And the way it was organized by Nepal Goriba, which is a 501c3 organization here. So we are a tax-exempt organization, and we invited 5 non-profits. All of them are 501c3 organizations, and most of them are here, like Zimin and Adhikar could not participate, but Health Nepal Network and others were part of the program, and they encourage people to come to the walk, and their sponsors, their network registered for $15 to be in the walk, and they raised money through their network. And at the end, we were able to bring together 300 Nepalese for the walk, and 300 more people from the network donated for the walk, and we raised $20,000 in total from the walk. and $6,000 additional from the administrative cost, which did not come from the walk. It came from individual donors. And so most of the money went for the organizing that walk, but 20% of it was collected in a Walk for Nepal pool that went to fund projects in Nepal. So we chose 6 projects in Nepal, and we did our voting, and the top 3 projects were funded with $7,600. Dream Children Dream Center for Street Children, Sanopaila, Making Life Possible After Drugs, and Plastic Free Lam. Those are the 3 projects funded with this $7,600. And we want to, so the first time we did Walk for Nepal in New York, in Boston, with 2 months of planning, and it was a fairly good success with $20,000 raised and growing network of people. So we are planning to expand the walk in different cities. This year we'll definitely do it in Boston again. The date has been fixed. And in New York, we are the permit is pending, so we are planning to do it in August. And Adhikar and Jimin are going to take the lead there, and also in DC and Dallas, and they are in planning phase. And we will be doing an 80-20 model. That means that the organization that raise the money will keep the 80% of the money, and 20% will go to the Walk for Nepal fund that will again go to selected projects in Nepal. And so this will be organized in a way that Nepal for UR does not have to take the lead in every city. So Adhikar and Jimin will take the lead in New York, and they will have the flexibility. They can organize the walk in a way that suits for them, and it will be done similarly in different cities. And we are envisioning to expand globally by 2017 to a Walk for Nepal in Nepal, and also maybe in Australia and England by 2017. And this is my last slide, and this is our call for action. We are looking for collaborators in new cities to organize a walk. We are looking for non-profits that can work with us, and we are also looking for individuals that can work within Nepal for UR to help us organize the walk, like in finances, in PR, in communication. If that's something that you are interested in, please talk with Nimesh or myself. And I'm going to end with a quote that Sajis Gongol said during the walk. We walk for the Dalits and Bali people of Nepal. We walk for the children in Nepal who have no dreams to dream of. For all the women sold as prostitutes in India. We need to change that. You have the opportunity to become the agent of change. We can all set aside one day a year and come together for a walk. We will walk in Boston, we will walk in New York, in DC, in Dallas, in San Francisco. Come join our movement. Thank you.
And I started this organization called Community Members Interested. We also go by the name Committed. I used to live here. I lived in the US for 13 years, and I had a job with the Fairfax County government. I worked for Ken, which the last 2 I worked for the Fairfax County Public Schools. But I started this organization in 2004 on an entirely voluntary basis. And when the projects slowly started picking up, my wife and I, with our little son, we just decided to move back to Nepal. Thought we'd try and be a little more effective with what we do in the area. So basically, we're a 501c3 as well. We're registered in Nepal as an NGO, and we're also registered with the Social Welfare Council as required by law. And here we're a 501c3 as well. And we basically work with primarily the education sector, mostly with schools and other issues that touch upon. For example, income generation for the households of these kids, as well as some environmental related issues in the schools, and so forth. The primary campaign that we go with is, we call it a Shiksha Nir Adhikar. We believe that education is a right of every child, and it is a basic human right, and that it should be of quality, and that it should also be made mandatory at some point in time in Nepal, which has not happened yet. And the 2 programs that we currently run, the first one is called School Improvement Program, and the second one is called Social Business for Education. School improvement is something that we started with right from the get-go. Social business for education is something very new. It's been about 2.5 years since we conceptualized the whole thing, and moving forward. Historically, I gave you a little bit of history behind it, but what started out as a very small initiative to help this school in Panepa to help build a kitchen for them. Seeing the reaction from the Nepali community here in Washington DC, we decided to go ahead and take a step further and to get the non-profit registered, and get the 501c3 and all that. But this is how the whole thing started. And these are, I'm just going to run these pictures, just look at slides here. These are some of the projects we did, starting with the first girls' school of Nepal. At the time, we had the Maoist agency at the time, and we could not go out to the rural areas, and most of the planning and everything was being done here from the US. So in Nepal, we only focused in the urban areas, helping public schools in the urban areas. This is the first girls' school of Nepal. Started and become somewhat 2003 when education was barred to the general public. But there were a few individuals who went underground and started the school, and it was inaugurated by one of the kings back then. And it's a school that was doing very well early on, but nowadays it's not doing well. So we got involved with the school, doing the computer literacy programs. It's a self-determined thing, not just for the community, but not just for the school children, but as well as the community that surrounds the school. Even they come and take classes in the evenings for a small nominal fee, which is making the computer lab sustainable. Then these are other health and sanitation related projects, building the science lab and the libraries. And as far as the environmental component, we still haven't really gone deep into it, but this is a small component that we realized. The water shortages everywhere in Nepal. And you would think that it's only in Kathmandu, but it's not. Recently we went to Kanchanpur district. There's the Chure Hills up there, and these are very, very poor people. And up in the mountains, they have no access to water, and they have to walk at least 2 hours just to get a small vessel of water. And the best option that they have, as far as we're concerned, we talked to all these experts on these water issues, and they suggested we do rainwater harvesting. So we just had a pilot project in which we helped the community with rainwater harvesting in their rooftops. So that itself gives them enough water. Of course, using it very scarcely, they can sustain for at least 6 or 7 months in a year, at least meeting the dry season demands. This is the working action. Now this is where I want to focus a little bit more. We're mostly focused right now in Sindhupalchok district. Sindhupalchok is north of Kathmandu. There's Tibet down here, and Kathmandu is to the outside. But when I talk about Sindhupalchok, everyone says it's not really a rural area. It's right next to Kathmandu. But you need to go there to really understand how far away it is. It extends all the way up to Tibet. So as you go up, it gets more winding and all that. We started this school back in 2009 with very small improvements, like helping them with their blackboard issues and their windows and all that. So the whole issue about working in Nepal, it's not just about going there and making improvements and leaving. I think there are other issues that need to be considered, like for example the sustainability part of it. Then being humans, when you go, you try and help someone in something, you see other needs in the area, so you want to help them in the other areas. So as a result, it sort of forced us into going into the social business of education. This is a library project that we did very recently. It's a part of trying to expand the school from a secondary school to going to a higher secondary. Most of the schools in Nepal have up to grade 10. 11 and 12 used to be on a university model. It used to be a college kind of thing. But recently now they're focused into making 11 and 12 as part of a higher secondary school. And by 2070, become somewhat with a 70 saal. All schools, all the 11 and 12s have to be a part of a higher secondary school. So as a result of that, this school over there, the kids walk between 2 to 4 hours just to attend grades 11 and 12. So last year, what we tried to do was to see if we could establish a higher secondary school here, and for which at the time the requirement was that the school needed to have a library, a science lab, preferably an e-library, a computer lab, then the required classrooms. So last year, beginning of this year, we took a group of volunteers. We collected books mostly from the U.S., then some from UK, from Korea, from Hong Kong. So we took a group of volunteers, about 7 or 8 of them, and we went to the village and manufactured the furniture, the painting, and everything, to the whole 9 yards. Now, this is when we come to the social business for education. So then there was an issue about how everyone talks about, scholarships. The problem is you give scholarships to children, but then who's going to ensure if the kids are actually going to school? Who's going to ensure where the parents are letting them attend school at all? Because we met so many kids who were really eager to go to school on a daily basis, but they, from our socioeconomic survey conducted to the households as well as the children, a lot of them said that they were asked by their parents to go collect firewood, and so had to miss school, and so forth. And these are stories I'm sure everyone's heard. So we came up with this program in which we said, okay, we're going to do this economic survey. We're going to ask all the kids to submit their requirements as far as their need for scholarships and all that. So you get like 100 applications from one school. So you take these applications, you screen them based on what they've said and all that. Then we visit each and every household, see their homes, see what their parents' skills are, what they're capable of and not, and how educated they are and all that. So from this, you pick like about 15, 20 kids. So we guarantee them education all the way up to the time they graduate from school. In addition to that, we identify the skills of these parents and try to initiate a small social business on behalf of these families. So the way that these two things are tied is, of course, the households are very happy to receive these benefits of this social business. But we say, if you drop your child out of school, if you make him not attend school because of your own household needs, you don't get to participate in the program anymore. And even with the social business, we get all of them to come together and ask them to identify a business that they would like to do on a collective basis. And as a pilot project, they chose to do it on an individual basis, and because this was a pilot project for us, we decided to go with the flow, and we said, okay, we'll let you do it on an individual basis. So as a pilot project, what we did was we gave 2 female goats to all the households, and their children were guaranteed education, are guaranteed education all the way up to 12th grade. And so we monitor how they're keeping up with raising their goats and all that. So any income that they generate out of this is for them to keep. And in about 2 years' time, any offsprings that the goats have, they are required to give at least one back to the group. And this is a model that you might have heard from others, and we also stole the idea, frankly speaking. But it seems to be working. There are a few problems, but this is a pilot project, and the fact that we actually wanted to do something more on a collective basis than on a household basis, because we always think it's better to do it on a collective basis, more minds together. So with that, I'll just focus on the last 2 ones here. This year we started another project with the same name. We've started pig farming, and this is going to be on a collective basis. There are 10 households, and the husband and the wife both are required to be a part of it, and their kids are guaranteed education with their uniforms and the shoes and their bags and the whole thing. And each household member is required to give 3 days in a month. 3 days in a month, that's all that's required, during which they're going to collect all the waste food from all the little eateries that are around the village, maybe from households as well. They'll collect, they'll bring it to the farm, they'll cook it, prepare the food, clean the animals, make sure that there's hygiene, there's good hygiene in the farm and all that. So that's trying to help these households on a household basis. The other aspect of this is we're starting a fishery for the school, and it might come off as something a little different. It stems back to the higher secondary school expansion project. We could give them the library, the science lab, and the e-library, but the primary issue is with sustainability. When you have, as far as the teacher's requirement is concerned, when you step into the higher secondary, it's totally different. As soon as you have grades 11 and 12, the teachers are they're required to have at least a master's degree, and which they charge like somewhere around 14,000 to 15,000 rupees a month, which is very expensive compared to the other primary and the secondary teachers who charge about 7,000, 8,000 rupees a month. So there's a sustainability issue. So in order to have, and they're required to have at least four of those teachers at the school to have a higher secondary. Right adjacent to the school there is a pond. It's almost like an acre in size, and so we've decided to use this pond to initiate a fishery, and we need all the help. We're not experts at fishery, and I was just talking to this lady over here from Peace Corps, and they have volunteers, and we're sort of requesting that if they have any experts at agriculture or fishery, to just help us out. So basically we're going to start this fishery as a cooperative, where all the community is going to get together and get this fishery running, and any income that we generate out of this fishery has to go back to the school to pay for the teachers, any other infrastructure requirements, and things of that nature. And mind you, this is still in the pilot phase, and we're learning about fisheries as well, and any one of you who knows anything about fisheries, please do come to our booth and help us out. As far as collaboration is concerned, I mean, Jimmy and Ian, they've done an excellent job with building all the schools, and Help Nepal has done an excellent job with e-libraries. In fact, we're doing our e-libraries at the school using Help Nepal's help. And my only request is, like, whenever you actually go out to do these kinds of projects, just sort of seek out, just to find a common ground, where other non-profits need help. Like, for example, I only came to know of this e-library from Sindhupalchuk because the school that they had helped is adjacent to the school that we're doing, and that's how I came to know about Help Nepal. So we went to NCEL, which is the primary funder for the e-library project, and they agreed to do it. This is some of the data that he's spoken as well. We have made a lot of improvements in the education sector as well as poverty and health, and we're showing a documentary right now. It was supposed to be shown at 11:30, but because of the conflict, we're going to show it after this event. It's called Ujeli. It's a 20-year-old documentary. It's on education, and in that it's about maternal mortality. And if you, because it's 20 years old, the documentary says that the data says 850 deaths, maternal deaths for every 100,000 population. This was 20 years back. Now and the work that the NGOs and all these sectors do really does help, because right now, I just checked the data, now it's only 385 for every 100,000. So it's gone down considerably. It's gone down by like 5 to 6% deaths for every 100,000. So take it to the entire population. There's been a lot of change. Well, this is the end of my slide, and my only request is, be it the core value. It could be education, it could be women's rights, it could be human rights. But you do need to take take a step towards trying to get back to community. You don't just sit there and just absorb and do nothing about it. We want you to get involved in any sector that you can, and if there's anything, any field that you're interested in Nepal, then send me an email, then I can help you get connected to them based in Nepal. Thank you. Like I said, it's still very new, but we face a lot of issues with the goat farming on an individual basis. That's the reason why we're stressing a lot on a collective farming, because you know how it is in the rural areas. Come Dasani time, and it did happen. Unfortunately, we had heard of it. We heard about it from a lot of people. They said, that's what they said, and we said, we're going to be very vigilant, and we're not going to let them do it. But they still did it. There was one family that did it. And the unfortunate thing is, it was very difficult for us to take action on that woman because she herself was a breast cancer patient. And the primary reason why we gave it to the family was because of that. She was a breast cancer patient and she didn't have enough funds for her treatment and all that. And she actually, and it's her family that did it. But she's agreed to buy through her own funds and give it back. Put it back on her own for her own use. So under that condition, we said, okay, we're going to let you continue with the program. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Is it because you give a cow
I don't know. I really haven't ventured much in that area. But in the village over there, I did not see so many cows. I did see a lot of buffaloes and all that, but goat farming just seemed to be the thing because they're easy to handle and you can have a lot more in your backyard than raising cows and all that. Yep, you're first.
Yeah, so, sorry. First of all, I wanted to say congratulations to you and the going back and farming.
Yeah.
All your efforts are going to be much more effective once you're at the grassroots level. The other question that I had was, what's your target audience in terms of your fundraising efforts?
Well, initially we started out with just soliciting funds from you all, and I know Abhay was one of the early ones who actually donated to our organization a long time back. We tried the recurring fund as well. It seemed to be picking up, but then when I went to Nepal, it sort of started running down again. But we did come around October, November. If you start approaching all these corporate people for the tax breaks, a lot of them do give them out. Not just here, even in Nepal. All banking institutions are now required to invest some amount of their money towards rural needs. If you go to even all these finance companies, these small finance companies, like for example, I don't know if you've heard of Union Finance in Nepal. It's an old one, but it's very low. They've agreed to give us the funds for the science lab for the school. So most financial institutions in Nepal have some sort of what they call a CSR, corporate social responsibility. They have funds set aside. What happened with Union Finance was they had them set aside since 2007, I think, but they never used it. They had 500,000 rupees set aside every year, but they never used it. Primarily because you know the reputation of all these NGOs in Nepal. Everyone thinks that they're corrupt and don't use the funds well and all that. So because of that, they were very skeptical as to who to give it to and who not to give it to. And we're actually the first people that they're really investing with their CSR philosophy. So there are quite a few out there if you go and reach out, and it's a lot of connections that's required in Nepal, and we all know that.
Well, to that point, I just wanted to mention that I was briefly involved with talking about fundraising efforts, and within the firm that I work for, the basic question was, well, education is great, but isn't this the responsibility of the government?
Yes, it is. But I would like to say it is a responsibility, but education, I believe, has done significantly well, at least in the primary, just for the primary school area in Nepal. We've made a lot of progress. But as far as the secondary and higher secondary is concerned, that's we're behind in that. We're really behind in that. And it is the government's responsibility, but if the government were really affected, we probably wouldn't have so many NGOs in the first place. Yeah. We are there because the government has been ineffective.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, very innovative work. I just wanted to ask, you talked about the fisheries program and how it's new and you guys want to expand. I was wondering if you guys have reached out to World Wildlife Fund. They have a huge fisheries program and they provide technical assistance funds and all kinds of things.
Oh, that's good to know.
And have a South Asia program too. So
well, we haven't reached out. Definitely will. That's it. Thank you.
Here, the time to raise resources here to support Nepal. I'm going to talk a little bit different. Something. My name is Luna. I am one of the co-founders of Adhikar, and I'm also the current executive director. And Adhikar is the only organization that so far that focuses on the building the power of the Nepali-speaking community here in the United States as immigrants. Almost everyone in this room, like almost all the Nepalis in this room at least, are immigrants. Where most of us are first-generation immigrants, and as most first-generation immigrants do, it is very common for us to be thinking about back home, and there is a lot of things that do need to be done back home. But also, as the community has grown and we're starting to grow our roots here, I think more and more of us are making this our home. United States is becoming our home. Some of us are doing it more willingly, others are coming into terms with it a little more hesitantly, but and also a new generation of Nepali Americans are growing up here, and we are having a presence here, but so far there's been very little work that's been done to claim our space as Nepali Americans, as Nepali immigrants here in the United States, and that's where Adhikar comes in. We started in 2005, we're almost 7 years old. We are organizing Nepali community, focusing mostly in New York because of resource constraints, but we are working on workers' rights, access to healthcare, immigrant rights issues. And these are the issues that were brought to the forefront from the needs assessment that we did. It took us 3 years. We completed in 2010. This is the first needs assessment that's been done in a systematic way of the Nepali-speaking community in the United States. It focuses on New York City, and it's something that we surveyed 300 people and conducted interviews and focus group discussions in addition to that. And we found out that a lot of people were working extremely long hours. 60, 70, 80 hours was the norm, and they were taking home less than $500 a week. And in addition to that, they were also facing abuse, exploitation, harassment, just getting kicked out of work without reason on a regular basis. And most of the people were working informal sector jobs. So as a result, people did not have health insurance. In New York City, according to the survey, more than 1 out of 2 adults does not have health insurance. For women, it's 6 out of 10. And then also in terms of immigration, we have a wide range of immigration statuses in our community. I guess the earlier wave, many of us who came pursuing educational opportunities were able to get some immigration status to remain here legally, but the newer wave that has come in search of either safety and security or economic opportunities are coming as older adults have had a much difficult time getting an immigration status, and as a result, about 25% are out of status, overstayed visas, another 20-25% are in between status as well. And so Based on these findings, we started doing programming. At Adhikar, we work on something very basic like English classes. I mean, a lot of people who come to our programs would not be able to understand the presentation at the rate I am going right now. We are among the fortunate ones who had, in spite of the challenges we face, were able to come to this level. But a lot of people who are coming straight from the villages, and from the villages that many of you are working on building schools also, but because those schools were not built a generation ago, mostly for women but also men, who are coming here with very little literacy skills and as a result being taken advantage of. So it becomes a vicious cycle. What happens in Nepal, it has a direct repercussions here, and people's educations are not valued here, and the US system does not take degrees from anywhere else, and so people end up, even with degrees, end up working low-wage informal sector jobs. And often those informal sector jobs, and unfortunately, are run by other immigrants also, and now also by other Nepalese also, where they are exploited. They are getting paid $7.25 is the minimum wage, but oftentimes we see people are getting less than $5 a day, and try living in New York with that money. And then so people don't understand that people are being taken advantage of. So we start with English classes, we help people find jobs, we help train people for jobs. We work mostly with domestic workers, so we have CPR training, we do nanny training, we teach people how to negotiate at jobs so that they can get, like, so every $100 they make more each month, where is it going? Almost all of it is going back home anyway. And many of them are also supporting projects, and not just in nonprofit projects, but also just sending their families to school, sending helping support family members in Nepal. So it is we are creating a ripple effect through that, and then based on that, more than that, as we started coming together and talking about problems, we also started talking about solutions. And what are some of the things we can do? What are some of the, and we can do it on an individual level, where English classes, job placement, job training, and then also assisting people get back unpaid wages. If people have been fired without getting paid, oftentimes what we've seen is that people get the last check bounces, or the last couple of weeks' money, they don't get paid. And oftentimes it's a small amount of money. Small, relatively speaking, small, $500,000, $2,000, and then to get that money takes so much effort that people just give up. But that's $500, $1,000, $2,000 for one person. And the employer, by doing it to 50 people, is making $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 in pure profit. And so we're trying to educate people about their rights, and then also assisting individuals who are willing to speak up to take it. First, we'll try to negotiate with the employer, try to save problems for everyone else. And if they don't agree, we are willing to take it to the courts. And we have won a few cases. We have currently assisting about 15 people in unpaid wages claims, and we have successfully received money for 5 people over $15,000 in unpaid wages. And most recently, you might have also read about it, that a Nepali speaking woman from India was brought here as a domestic worker by an Indian consulate officer and was made to work without pay for over 3 years. Over 3 years, she got one-time payment of $100. And we were able to bring that case to court, and we won. At least in the US court, we have won. The judge determined that for the unpaid wages and the hardship she went through, she was owed almost $1.5 million. But unfortunately, collection is a challenge because the perpetrators have left the country. They're in India, and the government of India, the Union of India, has countersued the lawyers and the domestic worker to prevent her from collecting. So we are working on that in the Delhi High Court also. So it's a long battle. Sometimes it takes years to come to see victory for those people, but along the way, in spite of the length of time it takes, the story has gotten a lot of publicity. It has inspired a lot of other workers to come up and speak up about their rights, about the challenges that they have faced in their workplaces, and then say that enough is enough. We're not going to take it anymore. And so this way we've been able to build the power of individuals and then connecting that to the policy level changes as well. We are working on immigration reform to make sure that the immigration reform is not just about legalization, but then it's also trying to take away what some of these horrible things that are happening around the country, around immigrant rights. There's a program called Secure Communities. Has anyone heard about it? It's basically Secure Communities. What it does is trying to bring together police and immigration together. So far there are two separate things. To be in this country without status is a civil violation. It's like getting a traffic ticket. But now they're trying to bring the criminal justice system and the immigration system together so that they can stop. The police can stop you if you look undocumented. And basically the profile of an undocumented person looks very similar to us, brown people, right? So this is, what it's going to do is then prevent people in our communities from trusting the police, from being able to go to the police. If you have a robbery, you don't want to talk to the police because you might get profiled, you might be asked for your immigration status. If an undocumented woman is facing domestic violence, she doesn't want to talk to the police. It's already happening anyway. There's already the danger. People don't trust the police to begin with, but then it's making it even harder for people to trust the police and to collaborate as well. And then the other thing, the other movement where we've been actively involved is the workers' rights movement, in particular the domestic workers movement in New York State. We actively campaigned for the New York Domestic Workers Bill of Rights campaign and became the first state in the country to recognize domestic workers as workers. And the reason we had to go do it is because U.S. labor laws explicitly prohibits domestic workers and farm workers from organizing. They're not allowed to form unions. And so in New York, we were successful. Now we're working in California with our partners in California, and we're trying to do it state by state and eventually do it in the entire country to make sure that we have our voices heard. And this is the first time that Nepali voices are being heard at the national level. We were here in DC area last week, and our Nepali sisters were speaking in front at rallies in the Department of Labor, talking about sharing their experiences. And so far, it's like we're the only South Asian groups represented in this movement, really. So we have been able to take what's happening on the ground and connect it to the policy level work as well. And we would like your support to continue this work forward in terms of course, funding is always an important part of every work, so funding is important. And we would love to get your financial support, but more than that, we'd really love to have these conversations, conversations around the issues that affect us here as immigrants, as workers, as people of color, and how the policies that are being shaped that affect us and get involved in that process. So for that, we have Rafna has a sign-in sheet and some material about Adhikar. Please contact us. If you're on Facebook, like us on Facebook. We're trying to get to 1,000 fans. We're almost there. And with that, I'm going to end my presentation. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy.
मात्रै जन्मेको संस्था हो हैन र घरबाट नै चलिरहेको संस्था हो हुन त यो संस्थालाई 15 वर्ष अगाडि नै संस्था स्थापना भएको हो तर विभिन्न कारणले गर्दा हामीले संस्थालाई चाहिँ संस्थाको रूपमा चाहिँ हामीले लगाउन सकेका थिएनौँ र अब संस्थाको रूपमा नगए पनि हामीले चाहिँ अब एउटा आर्थिक कमजोर भएको संस्थाहरूलाई चाहिँ गर्नुपर्ने सहयोगहरू गर्दै आएका थियौँ तर विगत केही वर्षदेखि चाहिँ हामीले आफ्नो संस्थानबाट नै केही गर्नु भन्ने हामीले सोच्यौँ र गर्ने एउटा सोच राख्यौँ तर गर्दा के गर्ने भन्ने भयो किनभने वृद्ध आश्रम भनेको चाहिँ एउटा के भने कोही पनि नभएको र केही पनि नभएकोलाई मात्रै उपयुक्त लाग्यो हामीलाई होइन किनभने वृद्ध आश्रममा चाहिँ अब कस्तो भने सजिलो गएर बस्न पाउने यदि ज्येष्ठ नागरिकहरूले सजिलो बस्न पायो भने सानसानो घरको सानसानो कुरामा मनमुटाउ हुँदा पनि उहाँहरू गएर बस्नलाई मन पराइदिने हुनुभयो त्यसले गर्दाखेरि एउटा परिवारमा एउटा होइन राम्रो त्यो समाजमा परिवारमा नै एउटा चाहिँ नराम्रो त्यसले त्यो दिने हुन सोच भयो त्यस कारण हामीले चाहिँ के सोच्यौँ भने वृद्ध आश्रम नै चाहिँ ज्येष्ठ नागरिकहरूको समस्याको समाधान होइन भन्ने हामीलाई लाग्यो त्यस कारण हामीले के गरौँ भन्दाखेरि अब के गरौँ भन्ने सोचमा चाहिँ एउटा के गऱ्यौँ भने एउटा सानो हाम्रो एउटा सानो टिम छ त्यो टिमले चाहिँ त्यसमा घर दैलो भन्ने एउटा कार्यक्रम तयार पार्यौँ एउटा सानो फर्मेट जस्तो पनि बनायौँ र हामीले घर घरमा गयौँ घर घरमा गएर चाहिँ बुढाबुढीहरूसँग भेट्ने कुरा गर्ने गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई 2-3 कुरा फाइदा भयो किनभने 60 वर्षभन्दा माथिको सिनियर सिटिजनहरू कति हुनुहुन्छ त्यो हामीले थाहा भयो अर्को कुरो उहाँहरूको अवस्था कस्तो छ त्यो पनि थाहा भयो र उहाँहरू के चाहनुहुन्छ होइन त्यो पनि हामीलाई थाहा भयो त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अब हामीलाई एउटा के भने के गरौँ त भन्ने एउटा बाटो पहिलाउने जस्तो हामीले एउटा बाटो पाउने उपाय भयो हामीलाई त्यो त्यस कारण हामीले के गर्यौँ भने अब नेपालमा के छ भने अब अहिले भनौँ भने चाहिँ नेपालमा प्राय हरेकको घरमा चाहिँ जवान छोराछोरीहरू कोही पनि धेरैको घरमा छैन होइन घरमा को भन्दा हामी बुढाबुढी धेरैको घरमा को हुनुहुन्छ त हामी बुढाबुढी छोरा उहाँ छ छोरी उहाँ छ होइन यस्तो छ जसको घरमा छ होइन जो परिवार हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरू पनि अब अहिलेको यो होइन अब आर्थिक उसकोले गर्दाखेरि छोरालाई पनि काम गर्नुपर्छ छोरीलाई पनि काम गर्नुपर्छ बुहारीलाई पनि काम गर्नुपर्छ होइन अनि अब छोराछोरी केटाकेटी स्कुल जानै पऱ्यो पठाउनै पऱ्यो गर्दाखेरि घरमा परिवारमा बसेको बुढाहरू पनि 2 जना अथवा 2 जना हुनुहुन्छ त अझै सजिलो होइन भने एक्लै हुन्छ झन् साह्रो गाह्रो होइन उहाँहरूलाई त्यो दिनभरि उहाँहरूलाई त्यो समय बिताउनु कति कष्ट रहेछ भन्ने कुरा हामीले अनुभव गऱ्यौँ है त्यस कारण अब के गरौँ त बुढाबुढीहरूको लागि के एकछिन भए पनि उहाँहरूको चाहिँ कसरी खुसी दिउँ त उहाँहरूको त्यो दुखदारीलाई कसरी बाँटौँ त भन्ने हामीले सोचेर अनि चाहिँ हामीले एउटा प्रोग्राम बनायौँ त्यो चाहिँ अब हामीले ती काठमाडौँभित्रको नजिक मन्दिरहरूमा यसो दर्शन गर्न लैजाने अब एउटा होइन एउटा माहौल बनाइदिउँ मनोरञ्जनको माहौल बनाइदिउँ भनेर हामीले चाहिँ अब गत 2 वर्षदेखि चाहिँ अनि हामीले एउटा नजिकै डोलेश्वर महादेव भनेर एउटा होइन टिम बनाएर एउटा खानापिनाहरू सबै बनायौँ घरमै बनाएर आफूले नै बनाएरै लिएर गयौँ जति सक्छौँ 20-25 जना 40 जना त्यो बुढाबुढीलाई लिएर गयौँ र उहाँहरूलाई 2-3 मन्दिर घुमाउँदै लगेर हामीले पहिला सुरुमा चाहिँ भक्तपुरको त्यो दत्तात्रेयमा दर्शन गरायौँ त्यसपछि बनेपामा एउटा ठुलो शिवजीको मन्दिर बनाएको छ नि दर्शन त्यहाँ गएर त्यसपछि हामीले डोलेश्वर महादेव भनेको चाहिँ भक्तपुरको जगते भन्ने ठाउँमा छ त्यो चाहिँ बद्री केदारको पनि शिर अहिले भर्खर प्रचारमा आइरहेको छ त्यो कुरो पनि पहिला त हामीलाई पनि थाहा थिएन कि यहाँ बद्री केदारको शिर छ भनेर थाहा थिएन तर त्यहाँ लगेर देखाएपछि र हामीले जुन उहाँहरूलाई एउटा रमाइलो हुनु त पानी पर्दै थियो जति हामीले गर्छु भनेको जति सबै गर्नु पनि पाएन त्यति बेला तैपनि लगेर मन्दिर दर्शन गरौँ उहाँलाई राख्यौँ खानापिना खुवायौँ एउटा हाँस खेलको जुन एउटा नचाउने गाउनेहरू भयो त्यो कुरोले यति उहाँहरू उत्साहित हुनु एउटा हामीले यो यहाँ यस्तो प्रोग्राम दिनुपर्छ गर्नुपर्छ थाहा थिएन त्यति मैले छोराबुढालाई देखाउँला भनेर सिडी लिएर आएको थिएँ होइन त्यो त्यसमा पनि त्यो देख्नुहुने थाहा यति खुसी हुनु यति उत्साहित हुनु यति खुसी हुनुभयो क्या एक दिन हामीले एकछिन लगेर होइन उहाँहरूको भन्नु 5-6 घन्टालाई हामीले ल्याउँ र उहाँ गर्दाखेरि यति खुसी हुनुभयो है। भनेपछि यो कुरो त सबैलाई आवश्यक हुन्छ। यहाँ सबै अनि बालबच्चाको कुरा पनि भयो, जवानको पनि भयो, महिलाको पनि कुरा भयो। सबै बालबच्चा, जवान, महिला, एकल महिला यो चाहिँ सबैको नजरमा परेको कुरो हो र ज्येष्ठ नागरिकहरू चाहिँ सबैको नजरमा ओझेल परेको पाटो भयो क्या एकदम। न सरकारले हुनु त सरकारले गर्नुपर्ने, किनभने सबभन्दा बढी त कर सरकारलाई ती बुढाबुढीले नै तिरेर अहिलेसम्म तिर्दैछ नि होइन। पहिलादेखि तिर्दै अहिलेसम्म तिरिरहेको छ। गर्नुपर्ने व्यवस्था उहाँहरूले नै हो, सरकारले गर्नुपर्ने। तर सरकारको उसमा कहीँ पनि छैन, कहीँ पनि छैन। त्यो बन्दाखेरि पनि नि उहाँमा उसमा बन्दाखेरि पनि ज्येष्ठ नागरिकमा एउटा शब्द पनि राख्छ होला, उहाँहरूको लागि केही पनि छैन छैन। भनेपछि एनजिओहरूले पनि गर्दै हुन्छ अनि सबैले गर्दैछ। तर सबैको लागि छ, ज्येष्ठ नागरिकको लागि चाहिँ आजसम्म कसैकोबाट पनि पहल भएको छैन। त्यस कारण यहाँ बसेर होइन उहाँहरूले यति धेरै नेपालको लागि होइन यस्तो यो एउटा व्यस्त जीवन एउटा भविष्य बनाउने उसमा आउनुभएको छ र पनि नेपालको लागि यति सोचेर यति गर्नुभएको छ। त्यसको लागि त म हृदयदेखि एकदमै नमस्कार गर्छु र यहाँ जस्तो सन्तान पाउने माबालाई पनि म एकदम हृदयदेखि नमन गर्छु होइन। तर यति धेरै एनजिओ उहाँहरूले गर्नुभएको छ, त्यसमा पनि सबैको कुरा हुँदै तर ज्येष्ठ नागरिकको कुरा यहाँ पनि आएन नि त। भनेपछि त्यो ओझेलमै परियो क्या जता पनि नेपालमा पनि एनजिओको पाटो पनि एनजिओको पाटो पनि र जसले गर्छ उहाँ पनि त्यसबाट एकदम पाटो। तर नेपालको बुढाबुढी आमाहरू पनि सहयोगको हातको लागि एकदमै आशामा बस्नु भएको छ, पर्खिनु भएको छ। किनभने मैले त एउटा काठमाडौँको एउटा सानो एउटा थोपा भनौँ त्यस ठाउँमा मात्रै गरेँ नि। मैले त चाहिँ एउटा घरबाट सुरु गरेको अनि गरी हेरौँ न त के हुन्छ, गरौँ न त के गरौँ भनेर अगाडि बढेर उनीहरूले। भनेपछि यत्रो नेपालमा त कति बुढाबुढी आमाहरू हुनुहुन्छ कि जो कि एकदम निसासेर, जस्तो कि द्वन्द्वमा परेको आमा बुवाहरू हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूको छोराछोरी जिउँदै छन् कि मरेका छन् त्यो थाहा छैन। उहाँहरू कुन अवस्थामा हुन्छ कसलाई थाहा छ, कसलाई पनि थाहा छैन। भनेपछि कति चाहिँ उसमा आमाहरू हुनुहुन्छ त। भनेपछि यहाँ मैले यो बोल्नुलाई हुनु त मैले मौका पाउँला भन्ने त मलाई थाहा छैन होइन। एकदमै यहाँको आयोजक यो समर फेस्टको आयोजकहरूलाई म हृदयदेखि नै धन्यवाद दिन्छु, मलाई बोल्ने टाइम दिनुभयो। तर मैले भन्न पाएँ कि नेपालमा भएको ज्येष्ठ नागरिक आमा बुवाहरूले पनि सहयोगी हातको पर्खाइमा हुनुहुन्छ। त्यसको लागि पनि तपाईँहरूले कि कतै कुनाबाट कतै यही होला कि भइदियोस्, त्यसको लागि म एकदमै होइन कामना गर्छु। र त्यही हो अब हामीले चाहिँ अब अनि वृद्ध आश्रम भन्दा पनि हामीले महसुस गरेको कुरो चाहिँ के भने दिवा सेवा केन्द्र हो। त्यो चाहिँ के भने बुढाबुढी मान्छे हामी जुन घरमा गएर खोज्दाखेरि चाहिँ उहाँहरू परिवारमै बस्न रुचाउनुहुन्छ, तर दिन काट्ने बाटो चाहियो उहाँहरूलाई। कहीँ गएर यसो जस्तै बच्चाहरूलाई साथीको आवश्यकता त्यस्तै उहाँलाई पनि एउटा साथीको आवश्यकता छ, आफ्नो मनको पोख्ने ठाउँ चाहिने रहेछ। उहाँलाई पनि केही मनोरञ्जन गर्ने त्यो रहेछ भने त्यो एउटा हामीले डोलेश्वर महादेवमा लगेर जुन उहाँहरू उत्साहित भएको यो हामी उत्साहित भएर हामी यो अक्टोबर 1 चाहिँ इन्टरनेसनल होइन ओल्ड डे हो, त्यसमा हामीले ज्येष्ठ नागरिकको लागि नै भनेर खेलकुदहरू विभिन्न खेलकुदहरूको आयोजना गऱ्यौँ। र त्यो आयोजना गरेको खेलकुदमा उहाँले यति राम्रो के बच्चाहरूले जस्तो के उत्साहित भएर मतलब म्युजिकल चेयर खेल्नुभयो, त्यो घोडा कुटाउने खेल्नुभयो, ब्याडमिन्टन खेल्नुभयो, फुटबल खेलेर पानी परिरहेछ पानीमा रुजेर लडेर पनि एकदम खुसी आनन्द लिइदिनु भयो। भनेपछि कति आवश्यकता रहेछ त, उहाँहरूलाई पनि त यो कुरोको त आवश्यकता रहेछ नि त। भनेपछि अब हामीले कसैले हामीले उहाँहरूको लागि पनि सोच्नु, सबैको लागि तर सोच्नु, तर मेन बेस त बुढाबुढी मान्छे नै हो नि। उहाँहरूले नै जीवन यत्रो त्यही छोराछोरी त्यही देश त्यही उसको लागि भनेर नै खर्च गर्नुभएको र यो अन्तिम अवस्थामा होइन जीवनको अन्तिम स्टेजमा आएर चाहिँ उहाँहरू यसरी चाहिँ नेग्लेक्ट हुनु भनेको धेरै दुःखपूर्ण कुरा भयो कि। त्यस कारण अब अझै पनि छन् त्यहाँ अब 2-4 जना वृद्ध आश्रमहरू जसले आफै के गर्नु भनेर खोल्नेहरू, तर खोले पनि प्रशस्त त्यो सुविधाहरू दिन सकेछन्, खाना लाउनु दिएका छन् त्यति, तर मान्छेलाई खाना लाउनु मात्रै दिएर त नपुग्ने रहेछ नि त होइन, अरू चिजको पनि त केही त आवश्यकता पर्दो रहेछ भन्ने भयो। त्यस कारण मैले किनभने हामीले जुन एउटा गरी हेरौँ न त भनेर कोसिस गरेँ मात्र। त्यसपछि फेरि पछि हामीले एउटा पिकनिक लग्यौँ होइन, पिकनिकमा उहाँहरू रमाउनु भयो, हाँस्नु भयो, नाच्नु भयो भनेपछि कति खुसी हो। भनेपछि त्यो रमाउनु खुसी भएर जुन उहाँहरूले बिताउनु भयो त्यसले त परिवारमा पनि एउटा राम्रो उत्यो दियो नि होइन र। खुसी भएर घर फर्किँदाखेरि त परिवार पनि एउटा त सकारात्मक सोच भयो। त्यस कारण उहाँहरू अब हामी फलाना ठाउँबाट फोन गरेको भनेर भने पनि उहाँको परिवारको छोराबाहरू एकदम खुसी छ उहाँहरूले पनि। जे होस् त्यसले जे होस् एउटा सकारात्मक सोच एउटा सकारात्मक प्रभाव दियो भन्ने सोचिरहेको छ। त्यस कारण मैले यहाँ भन्नु खोजेको के भने सबैको लागि गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ सबैले होइन, तर केही बुढाबुढीको लागि केही सोचिदिनुहुन्छ कि सोच्ने हो कि भनेर मात्रै यति राख्न पाएँ। त्यसको लागि म एकदमै धेरै धेरै हिजोदेखि नै यो मौका दिनुभएकोमा एकदमै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु।